Yeah, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. I think we are live. We're live. I think it's been waiting for a little bit longer. We have been buffering. In the first minute of the show, we do the synchronized slurp. That's where you grab a tasty beverage. I grab my tasty beverage and we slurp them synchronously together. It is the honor system. Are you ready? Grab your beverages in 3, 2, 1. Slurp it. We got there in the end, didn't we? Tell all your friends and your family and your neighbor's dog to get back in here because we were buffering. Man, and we're gone again? No, we're here. We're okay. Everyone's good. My name is Joe Main. Who am I? I've worked in the precious metals industry here in Australia for 11 years. I've been a stacker for longer than that. Now I do this show. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family because you know what? You really get a warm and fuzzy feeling when you do. I'm going to check the live thing. Yes, we are rocking and rolling. Good to see everyone here. Let's do some shout outs. Do the world's quickest 30-second gold, silver, platinum analysis is just like poking it with a stick. It's just boring as F. And then we'll do some chart requests. We'll do the whole thing as a chart request, I reckon. But let's get the quick shout outs. Jason Ashworth says, I already finished my coffee by the time the slurp came. Yeah. Sorry, gang. Buffering issues, don't know what. Kids had some Netflix on, I think it was, or something before. I don't know. Just the whole thing. I had to remove it. Starlink is the way it's got to go. It's getting really, really hard to deny getting Starlink. Pretty hard to show charts in the chat. Yeah, a little bit. I know, spinning wheels, etc. Let's see. Good morning, Stackers, says Silver Fox. Great to see you. Hey, party peeps. Well, we already saw you, Jason Ashworth. What's spot price, guys? Let's take a quick look at that today. And yeah, Pete Repeat says, help Elon. Yes, please. Please help. I'm just going to put this here to save the back of the computer from getting completely blasted by the sun. Let's see. Pete Repeat says, with the debt situation in the US, I don't think it's going to matter in terms of who wins. Yeah, quite possibly not. Let me just fix that as well. It's all going on here today in Melbourne, Australia. That's where I'm coming from. Where are you coming from? From around the world? Let me know. We have to put on our own show in the chat today. No, I'm here, which is good. How's our US brothers and sisters? Are they having a good voting day? Yes. Anyone watching from overseas right now from the US, how's the day going? I know it's getting towards end of work day for some of you on a certain, that would be on the East Coast, I imagine. And, you know, many people are voting after work. Stay in line, people. Do not be shaken out. As long as you're my understanding is as long as you're in the line before the cutoff date, they have to wait for you. It's not like, oh, it's 9 p.m. now, so it's time to go. No. If you're in the line, you stay in the line until you get in and you vote. That's how you do it. I think Joe was ripping out all his internet cables. Yeah, a hissy fit I was having. Luckily, you didn't see that. From sources I see, they will tie and govern together. No, that's not yet. That'll really happen. That'll really happen, Jason. Jason. Fine, Joe, get Starlink then. I will, absolutely. Let's see. Who's going to set up a Telegram channel for Chit Chat? I've got the Chit Chat in the private membership program. That's where all the Chit Chat happens. But, you know, Telegram, maybe we will. Quite possibly, but the private program where you get amazing discounts from Perth Bullion Exchange, happen to be one of my brand partners, and also wealthstack.com, one of my brand partners as well. Rod says if Kamala wins the US election, there won't be an Elon. There won't be an Elon. There probably won't be there won't be a Starlink. It's that bad. Anyway, okay, we've got the shout outs out the way. Let's do the world's quickest gold, silver, platinum analysis because it's just boring as all get go at the moment. And then we'll do a chart request marathon today. Get your chart requests in right now. So let me just get all my stuff up here. Let's see, gold. Let me show you the gold price. Meh. Gold. That's not gold. That's the gold silver ratio. Here's gold. And that's all you need to know. This is the 4-hour time frame. It's just been just while we wait to see what happens with the US election, who wins. And yeah, it probably doesn't really matter too much depending on who wins, but because we see longer term, just the price going blip, 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 over the next 5 years, regardless of who wins. But just this little, it's just a holding pattern while a big decision is being made. Just watch out here for a potential head and shoulders. This is on the 4-hour time frame, okay? So not macro stuff, just, intraday stuff. Here, left shoulder, head, potential right shoulder, where if it did something like this and, blah, 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 if it broke the neckline, and would you say the neckline is here, or would you say the neckline is here? You could be generous and say if it broke, you could be generous and wait to say if it broke the neckline here, then, oh, gee, that was good. If it broke the neckline there, then you would say we're coming down to at least the mother of all trend lines, because that would be a pretty measured move from, let's say, even below that. Let's take it from there, for example. And yeah, it's about there-ish, or even below the neckline, okay? So that's not in play just yet. It's hasn't played out, but it's maybe in play. What would negate that? Obviously, breaking back up, doing something like that, and that would negate invalidate a head and shoulders pattern, and then onwards and upwards we go. That is gold. We're just total trading range, and that's it. Literally world's quickest thing. Silver here on the, it's going to be the 4-hour time frame when it decides to get its bum into gear and actually tick over. There we go. Am I still on? Hey, I'm still on too. Fantastic. Yeah, exact same thing. It's just plodding along, waiting for the bigger decision in the global macro thing to be made. We're still basically respecting the uptrend line. You can see a bit of is that a W pattern forming there? Or a W, like that? I don't know. Relative strength index on the 4-hour. Let's have a look. Okay, so 4-hour relative strength index is trending up at the moment. So that's why you could see this. You could call this potentially a bottoming out. And then again, no matter who wins, maybe it's just okay, big decision's been made. We can resume what we were going to do in the first place, which is, at the moment, that's looking good. Is that a rounding kind of there? And then you just see something like that as soon as the decision's done. That would be great to see. What we would want to see is breaking through about there. That's good. Now, I want to find out, does that happen to coincide with a key Fibonacci? Let's see. Let's have a quick little look-see. I'll take it from this little high and this low. Where are we? No, it doesn't. So you'd probably be looking at around about preferably 34.30 is where you would want to break. So that's, or that trend line is good too, around about there. So around about your 34.10, 34.30 kind of mark is where you want to see it break and hold above to say, ooh, looking good for potential $37 to $40 in 2024. Okay, but failure to do that, then if this ticks over and heads back down here, then 37 to 40 in 2024 less likely to happen, obviously, because the price is going down. Final hurdle of 31. Don't want it to see that break, and you definitely don't want to see. You definitely don't want to see that kind of thing. That's not good. Break 29.80, not great. Although beauty is in the eye of the beholder, because it might be great for you because you want to load up on more. But if you're dollar cost averaging, that's the best way to go anyway. That is silver. Get your chart requests in. Take a look at platinum. Gee, what do you know? I get a little bit up myself, don't I, with this kind of stuff. But look at this. Gee, what do you know? The support level of 980, and this is on the 4-hour time frame. I'll show you the daily time frame. No, I should go back to the 4-hour. And gee, what do you know? Exact support at 980, exact resistance at 1005. Funny how that works, isn't it? It's simple support and resistance lines, so it's nothing soothsaying and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty easy to see, particularly, as I've said many times before, on these slower moving assets like silver and gold, etc. They're much easier to see if you have been in other assets like crypto and stuff, which just goes like at 10 times the speed. So you get like a quick, you learn more quickly, seeing the patterns. The patterns play out a lot quicker, so they're easier to spot. And because they're slower to move with the precious metals and other assets, they're just easier to see coming down the track. If that makes sense. Now, I'm not a soothsayer again. Where do I think the exact prices are going to go? Exact bottoms, exact tops? No one knows. Okay, I'm just pointing it out. So we want to see it crack above, as I said, crack above 1005 would be lovely. Find it as support and head to the getting really excited area anywhere above 1030 US dollars. And that's all you need to know. Don't worry about anything else. We're just in that annoying trading range at the moment because we're waiting for the decision to be made. That's it. I told you it'd be really quick. Did gold, platinum, silver, gold to silver ratio. Again, just in a trading range. Okay, what we really want to see is this being taken out. Let me show you that. We want, that's just in that trading range. Again, this is the 4-hour time frame. Ho hum, ho hum, ho hum. Technical term there. And once the big decision, Kamala or Trump, it will resume its wherever it's going to go. I don't know, and neither do you. But out of interest, trending slightly down on the relative strength index on the 4-hour time frame, on the daily time frame, finding resistance here. Okay, I really want to see this tank. Okay, this is what you want. Again, as a silver holder, you want to see it tank back below here. You want to see it tank back below the below here confirms silver long-term dominance. We're not there. Okay, we were there. It was a fake out support. Okay, we've found, unfortunately, we've found support so far at this downtrend line right here, which says gold's in a more winning position at the moment versus silver. I just want to see this tank because I'm pretty much all silver. Look, and once again, as I said yesterday, hey, if gold and silver are going up in fiat dollar currency, hey, that's great for everyone. It's just because I'm all silver, I want silver to outperform gold over the long term. That's why I want to see that tank. So let's do that. Okay, that would be great. Gold, silver, platinum, gold to silver ratio. Yeah, that's it. World's quickest. All right, get your chart request time. Get your chart requests in, people. We're going to read your stuff. Do you have any chart requests? And if you don't, maybe I'll just look at one myself. Otherwise, this is going to be the world's quickest Good Morning Stackers. Let's see. Looks like a no-show today. Chart request. Fantastic. Looks like a no-show today. To whom? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, that's all right. Let's see, people. We have a chart request. First chart request of the day. Basic Metals, New Farm, NUF. Okay, let's take a look at NUF. Basic Materials, sorry. New Farm. Tell me what it does. Tell me about the fundamentals of it, please, Jason, and I will take a look at the technicals right now. So let me just get this up, shall I? And get your chart requests in, because this is a chart request marathon. We'll have time for at least 2 chart requests, maybe more. So not so much a marathon, but we'll call it I should have called it the chart request hour of power or something like that, because I'm not going to be here all day because I've got other stuff to do, including watching the live electoral map. I'm really into that stuff. So let's go New Farm, NUF. New Farm Limited on the ASX, I presume you want, which is the Australian Stock Exchange. Okay, here we go. This is my first look at New Farm. We're looking at it on the daily time frame. Whoa, it's going back a while. See, just so you know, I haven't been into stocks and all that stuff hardly at all. I've been mainly precious metals. So when people shout out names of stocks, like, New Farm or this or that, and I go, oh, never heard of that. What does that do? Some people are like, you haven't heard of New Farm? Or you haven't heard of blah, blah, blah? It's like, yeah, no, I've been precious metals holding, and that's pretty much it, and crypto as well. So not so much the stocks. But New Farm, tell me what it is, what it does. You said basic materials. Here it is on the monthly time frame. It goes all the way back to 1990. Okay, so this is a good amount of time, a good historical chart. Okay, so what I do here for my first live looks is I use Fibonacci, trend line analysis, maybe lines of support and resistance, and I also look at the relative strength index, which I believe is very important. So let's take a quick look. We'll do Fibonacci first. I'm going to take this high and this low just to see if anything here, particularly this top, if it coincides with, if it was able to predict sort of the topish kind of area for this. But out of interest, the lows of the 1990s were $1, $1 Australian dollar, and the highs of 2008, not long before the GFC, $17. Whew, $1 to $17. Let me just check this and see if this does anything. it does there. Yeah, okay, that does. That does. It doesn't predict the top, but you can see how it is a pretty good areas of confluence on the confluity. Am I making up a word? The confluity on the Fibonacci. Okay, so let's take a look. That high and that low. That's the clear high. The clear first, big high in 1994. The first clear big low in the early 2000s, 2001. Okay, and since then, what did we do? Okay, so not really. The only first major one really after the high is right there. That's the 2.618. You can see here, but that's a previous level of resistance. No, even before then, you can see that's the 0.236 there. That's hindsight, of course. This is hindsight before this low right here. Yeah, ish. Yeah, look, you can see levels of support there, levels of resistance. That's not too bad. I'm also just going to try from the new high and the new, what seems to be all-time, the new low. Okay, so we'll go from here as the 1, and we'll take this as the 0 and see if there's any confluence there. Yeah, okay, well, there you go. Okay, you can see that pretty clearly as well. I think quite possibly this might be the one to use. Pretty clear. You can see the high, the low, and then after the fact, yeah, this is really clear. Okay, so this high, $17, this low of about $3, and then you can see very clearly there's no real out of inch. Well, it's right. Yeah, okay, that's the previous high right there, but you call that the 0.236. Clear area of resistance. Yeah, now this is pretty good. Okay, right there, clear area of resistance. That's at the 0.382. It's also going to match with previous levels of support as well. But it's funny how the Fibonacci and previous lines of resistance and support go together. Okay, very clear here. Area of resistance at the 0.5 mark. That's at the $10 mark. Let me just move that so you can see those numbers right there. And this is the big trading range. Okay, failure to break the 0.236. So failure to break and hold $6.30. Fail, move, fast move. Failure, look at this. And this won't be drawn in exactly, okay, but you had kind of closes around, this is a monthly time frame, by the way, closes around that $6.30 area, a couple of spikes, but what do we say about spikes? It's not about the spikes, it's about the closes. Failure to hold $6.30, fast move to the downside, another resistance. So I'm finding this Fibonacci to be quite predictive, okay? And we're just in this massive trading range now. So I am not excited about New Farm, okay? And I will not be excited about New Farm until we get over the 0.236, very clear level of $6.30 US cents, okay? And it actually doesn't mean necessarily that the bottom is in just yet, okay, for New Farm. We are trending down on the monthly time frame. We'll take a look at the smaller time frames as well. We'll take a look at the larger ones as well. But I'd be starting to get interested above $6.30, okay? So for me, and we'll actually pop in a trend line as well. So very clearly, that's your downtrend line. Cool, cool, easy. Here is your uptrend line, and have we just broken that? Give me a moment. That's 1990. I just want to see if there's any areas there. No, that's a big up. No, that's not a big uptrend line. There, no, there. Ooh. Okay. And let me just check this one. I know all my wonderful sound effects. Yeah, okay. I'll give that one as the. I'll give that one there. Okay, cool. You don't want to break there. Break there, and you're definitely coming back down to test the low of $3. And the more you test it, the more likely it is to be taken out. So I'm not saying that this level here at $3 is the low for New Farm right now. We can have a look in just a second to see what the potential low might be. And I'll be using Fibonacci to do that. But let's assume for the moment that this is the low. Okay, so we'll base it on this. So what we need to see is this not break. So please don't break below that $3.60 area. Okay, let's look at the lower time frames to see if there's any bottoming out. Okay, so on the weekly time frame, gee, what do you know? It found support so far at that trend line. Okay, and we have gone into extremely undervalued on the weekly time frame. Okay, that's a positive for New Farm. On the daily time frame, we've already clearly been in extremely undervalued for New Farm on the daily time frame. It is currently trending upwards as well, and you can see like a potential rounding out bottom right here. Is that a potential double bottom there? Again, this is just on the daily time frame. Okay, that looks like it could continue to turn around. So definitely not saying bottom here, but definitely not saying so I'm not saying it's cracking up from here, but I'm not saying it's going to bottom. I'm not saying it's bottomed yet. Jesus Christ, Joe. All that internet outages got me annoyed. Let's see. So if we do crack up from here, here's my getting interested line, and you can see it very clearly as that $6.30 area. Let me pop it in for you. Get your chart requests in because I will do at least another one. I might even have the chance for a couple more because we did kind of start late because of the buffering issue. Getting excited at $6.30. Cool. No, getting excited or getting interested. No, getting interested. Sorry. That means I will at least take another look at this. Not getting excited, getting interested here. Okay, getting interested here. And then you crack above there. That's pretty good. Oh, geez, is that getting interested or getting excited? Give me a moment. I'll go back to the monthly. No, man, I'd have to say no. Sorry. I would have to say no, getting interested. Screw it. That's getting interested. Okay. So anywhere above here, you crack above this downtrend line, I'm getting interested. I'll start looking at it. It's like, oh, that's interesting. It's starting to wake up. That's good. Then the getting excited line for me would be, I'm going to say it's here. I'm going to say getting excited is here. I would probably normally do a little bit higher, but this one, $8.35. Okay. $8.35 for New Farm in Australian dollars, getting excited here. Okay. There, and the final hurdle for me, I think it's only going to be here. I normally would do something like this 0.786 or even the 0.618, but there's a very key level right there. Yeah, it's right there. That's I call that probably my final hurdle for new all-time highs. For my final hurdle getting excited. No, sorry, final hurdle. I've always got to do the final hurdle here, and that's at the 0.786. Now, I'm not saying you should wait for the 0.786 because it's probably pretty much a lock if you get there, but the final hurdle is at, what's that? Is that $14? $14. Cool. $14 final hurdle. But that doesn't mean you should be waiting for the final hurdle, okay? I would be looking at, getting excited there. No. So that is why I'm going to do that, and that is why I'm going to move that to there. There we go. Getting excited. That's my final one. So that's at $10. Thanks for the patience on me moving this around. There you go. That is what I would see if we have bottomed here, and if that is the bottom right here. I would start getting interested in New Farm if when it starts closing months, not spiking like you've seen all these spikes, closing months above $6.30. That's where I would be interested to take a position. And I said interested, not absolutely go, go, go time. For me, the getting excited line would be go, go, go time for me at $10. You start closing months above $10, that's looking really good. I would be taking a position there. If I remember to watch this one, I'd be like, that'd be a really interesting place to put it. You could do it here at the getting interested line. No problem at all. And the final hurdle is just the final hurdle. Doesn't mean you have to wait for it. It's just the final hurdle to say, oh yeah, no, we're definitely making new all-time highs. Okay, so to give you an example, you could get in here at the getting interested line if you wanted to do. I'm not saying you should, but you could get to the getting interested line and then ride it to the getting excited line, right? That's a 58% move. Who doesn't want 58% extra fiat dollar currency or whatever if you're doing it as a ratio against other things? Okay, that's great. Or if you wanted to, you could wait for the final hurdle. And you could do the following. You could go, oh, it's getting really interesting here. It's above this trend line. Oh, it's held as support as well. So if it did something like this, I'm not saying it's doing this, right? But if it did something like this and then back tested and then cracked back above here and starts holding, something like, so it has the breaker and the retest of this and then back above, that would be looking really good. So then you could go something like this. That one, that one, that one. So you could do something like this then. You just ride the wave to the final hurdle, because a lot of the time you can be faked out here at the final hurdle of the 0.786. So imagine doing that, getting here at the getting interested line, roughly doubling your money at around the final hurdle, because you're not 100% sure that it's going to make new all-time highs and then crack onwards and upwards. Okay, you've doubled your money. So sell half at double, recoup the initial investment, and then ride the rest. See what happens. And then we'll talk about higher prices. If it cracks the final hurdle, let me get rid of that. If it cracks the final hurdle, then you'll be looking at and these are Fibonacci extensions. It means SHIT, okay, really, but just watch out for them. And then I would say somewhere between the 0.236 and the 4.23. Okay, so let me draw that in as a rectangle, and then I'll get your next chart request in. Okay, get your chart request in. I will take a look at that. So I'm going to pop it here between the 0.236 and there. Okay, so that's somewhere between $40 and $60. Cool. I'll say major profit taking, which is not financial advice. And does it mean you would sell out of everything? Not necessarily. You'd want to keep a little bit, a bag, just in case it goes hog wild for some reason. Maybe you get in around here, you sell half on double, you're free riding, it's great. So wherever it goes, it's all gravy. Okay. And if I do a trend line analysis here, you would probably want to watch out for wherever this hits. That would be very important. Okay. So watch for that too. So those are the big ones. Cool. So for example, you could crack, it's not going to do that in that amount of time. So you're probably even talking possibly even up to something like the 6.854, which happens to be roughly at the, that's 2034. No, we're not going there. Yeah, I would watch around there. I don't know if this would get hit. You would have to see a really big jump in this price for that to get hit in the next few years. That's a huge move. Probably not even. So just watch out for maybe the top end there at $40 mark. And actually do take note of this 25 mark here, because that's a pretty huge move. But as I said, if you're getting in here and selling here, more than double your thing. So why would you even bother waiting for all-time highs? Make your profit early before it hits the previous all-time high. Great idea. Not financial advice, but on the monthly time frame, it is trending down. So let's quickly talk about, if this is not the low, where would the other low potentially be? What I'm going to try and do is use Fibonacci to find a potential low. Okay. And I'm not saying this is going to happen. This looks like it's lining up pretty darn well. So this seems like it is the bottom. Just note we are trending down on the monthly, but that weekly does look pretty good. But out of interest, let me just see if there's any other areas of confluence, that I really don't think there is. You'd have to be going down a lot. Give me 1 second. Yeah, no, that's not even a thing. No, don't worry about it. You're in don't worry about it. No, that seems to be the bottom for me at $3. If it's not, well, you don't take anything I say as financial advice. Anyway, so that is New Farm. You can pause this, take a screenshot or whatever, and that's my humble non-financial advice opinion on New Farm. Okay, let's do another chart request. Good stuff. Let's get some comments maybe. Let's see. Think you can guess what Aqua America does? Okay. Chart request. Aqua America. Chart request. Aqua America. WTR. Think you can guess what Aqua America does? I don't know. What does Aqua America do? Okay, let's take a look at Aqua America. I love the fact that Jason Ashworth's getting all the chart requests in today. Getting his wish. New Farm does herbicides. Ooh. Herbicides, pesticides, and seeds. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's take a look at second chart request of the day. Second chart request. Let's take a look at Aqua America WTR. Again, my very first look. They're obviously something to do with water, but what is it to do with water? Is it water management system? Is it like big stuff, or is it water filtration? What's the actual company do? So let's take a look at the chart. Once again, get your chart requests in because I'm taking live chart requests right now. We just took a look at New Farm Limited on the Australian Stock Exchange. We're going to take a look at WTR. WTR. Aqua. Looking for it. American. Aqua American. Ooh. This is a few that I can't find. Let me try that again. I'll go, what's it called? Aqua American. Give me 1 second. We'll go back to the thing. What's it called? Jason. Aqua America. WTR. Okay, let's go back. Aqua. No. Nobody. Aqua America. Aqua America. No. Aqua America. Aqua America. Aqua Metals on the NASDAQ. No. Aqua. WTR. Can someone find the WTR? Give me a sec. So I'm really looking for it. Looking for it, Jason. That's a lot of stuff there. Okay. Can't seem to find it. I'm trying WTR. Let me try WTR again. And then we might have to go to another chart request. Or if you can give us another one. Turkish lira. Well, no. Wisdom tree. No. Essential. Or is it essential utilities? No. Wisdom tree. No. White River. No. Sharp. WTR. Global. American stat. No. Alkaline. American stat. No. American something. No. No. Can't find it. Cannot find it, Jason. I don't know why I can't find it, but I can't find it. Sorry, my friend. Can you give us a different chart request, please? That would be lovely. And if we don't have any more, then I'm just going to go, and it's going to be a really early good morning stackers. So get your final requests in. I'm just going to check if we are still live, and I'm pretty sure we are. Let me just check there. Let's see. Yeah, we are running live. Okay, good stuff. We are running live. Oh, hello. Hi, buddy. Okay.
Are you doing a show?
Yeah, I'm doing a show, buddy. Hang on. Excuse me. I'll close that. I'll get wide out. That's okay. Hey, big boy. All right. Well, all good. Nope, that's it. We're going to go. Because now I have my 3-year-old in here. It wasn't meant to be today, people. We did a chart request. We looked at the quick price of gold, silver, and platinum. And, yeah. All right, cool. I'm going to get out of here. It's a warm day. Might go to the beach. I've got other stuff. I've got clients to see and all that stuff. But maybe I'll get out in the afternoon. Yep, fair enough. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the internet goes out and everything. Hello, double trouble. It was double trouble. All right, because that's been...
Oh, yeah.
That's been Good Morning Stackers. Didn't even hear about Perth Bullion and Goldstackers, but that's okay. You've heard about them enough. Grab the tasty beverage. Let's do the synchronized slurp in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Stay safe. Stay informed. It's a weird day, isn't it? It's a weird day. Let's see what happens. I think the universe is saying just go, watch the elections, see what happens, and then we'll come bright and early tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. That's right. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking. See you tomorrow.